last time on Dungeon Buddies. There's only one thing we've seen disrupt this before, and it's him. You guys fought him. We're seeing more spikes in that signal that we saw from the lab that canceled out the stone. It seems to be spiking back on that mountain, so we definitely need to go there next. Okay, so you guys have defeated all of the apes and the giant ape on your ship. Most of you, I think you're mostly doing okay for health. You're a little exhausted, each of you, but what do you want to do?
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
How's our boat looking?
So the boat's actually not bad. The deck has taken some damage to some of the planks, like on top, like from the giant ape like jumping onto it, but it never like broke through or anything.
The Rockmonica, she holds sturdy.
She does hold sturdy. That beauty Rockmonica. She's holding together. So you guys continue to sail down that sea-like river between those two close islands, and as you get farther down, they slowly start to separate. The trees are no longer connected, and you make it back out into the open sea. As you are sailing along, hours pass, so you guys can take a long rest. It was kind of like midday during that encounter, so you guys can take a long rest until towards the evening, so you can get some health back. You can get a couple spell slots back, refresh a little bit there.
Great.
As you're sailing along, you guys kind of realize after that the crew has been roughed up a little bit. You're starting to run low on some supplies. You've been at sea for a couple weeks, and you're sailing along. As evening hits, and the night starts to settle over the sea, you can actually see a little bit in the distance some lights. There's no islands nearby, but you see some lights coming out from kind of like out in the sea, and you can kind of hear some noise. And as you guys start to get a little bit closer, you realize that the lights coming from another ship. But the thing is, it doesn't look like a regular like caravel kind of ship. Like it looks almost like a building ship. Like it looks like almost like a big building. If any of you are familiar with One Piece, it almost kind of looks like the restaurant that Sanji's found at. Like it just looks like a building kind of floating on the ocean, and there's lights shining out of it, and there's music playing, and as you get a little closer, you can see there's a flag at the top of it that has like a very classic Jolly Roger flag waving on it, and you can see there's some other ships parked at it. So actually getting closer, you realize that, wow, this is actually a decently large building, like large enough that other ships can park at this, but it at the same time looks like a ship. And so it's very confusing. And as you get a little bit closer, you can see actually a big sign pasted on the side of it that says the Rogering Jolly Brothel and Casino.
Oh, boys, we're home.
What is that?
We're also broke.
I'll see what I can do.
What's a casino?
A place where are you telling me you don't know what a casino is? You're
I look at Cal and I'm like, is that weird?
They don't have these types of things at Hogwarts.
Yeah,
so
what he said.
That's fair.
they don't promote gambling there.
I guess that's a place. It's an institutional learning. I get it. Okay. It's a place for fun, Mango. It's a place for fun. Brothel, same thing. It's the best. Okay.
Fun?
Yes,
Hell
so
yeah.
much fun.
As soon as like the brothel gets brought up, I just look at Mango and I just shake my head no, and I'm like, just gonna have him on a leash.
And I look at him like just blankly. I'm like, what? And I'm like, Cal, get on the wheel, bring us in.
So as Cal brings the ship in, you can see that, along kind of the outside of this building, there's areas to dock and bring the boat up to the Rogering Jolly. And so you guys get up, you get out, and you walk on kind of like the outside deck of this building to what looks like the main entrance. There's two pirate guards standing on either side of the door, but the doors are open and welcoming, and they just kind of look down at you guys and say, "Well, welcome, sirs."
How do you do?
Are you letting the crew come along as well, or what are you doing?
Well, I assume like they're all like, hell yeah, let's. I don't stop them. It's like
I'm
a place
sure
for
the
fun.
crew is all over this.
Yeah,
Like,
like
finally.
Like I'm sure they're coming. Yeah.
Well, you're the captain, so you give orders. So
Okay. Before we leave the boat, I'm like, raise your hand if you want to go to casino.
and you hear the whole crew go, "Yeah,
Yeah, let's go.
So yeah, you guys all get off. You see, there's kind of like a valet, like pirate attendant, who comes to talk to you, Mango, and is just like, "Well, we can assure you that your ship is going to be well taken care of. Here at the Roger and Jolly, customer care is our utmost priority."
Ooh. Okay.
How much is it to live here?
There are currently no permanent residencies here at the Roger and Jolly.
I give him some keys to the boat. And I'm like, just keep it parked out back. Thanks, man.
He kind of looks confused at the keys and it's just like, "Welcome, sir." Okay. And then he kind of just walks away. And you see he's followed by, I think, just like a couple other what look kind of like employees of this building who are kind of like patrolling and watching all the boats. So you kind of get the idea that this is kind of like in terms of the ships, a no-nonsense kind of place. Like, almost like a neutral ground. You don't mess with the other pirates' ships.
Okay.
It's kind of like a neutral territory kind of thing.
Okay.
And so you go up and you're back at that front door and the guards welcome you inside and you step in. Inside, you see this beautifully decorated, like when you kind of think of like a classic casino, that's what you see. You see like some poker tables, you see craps, you see roulette, you see all the different like regular kind of like casino games. You don't see like slot machines or anything like that, but like any other kind of like traditional ones. You also see some other kind of like pirate ones and like Yahtzee, and like you see like they got like you see like they got everything going here. As well, when you're looking around, you see some scantily clad, dressed women as well as men, all walking around on the floor. And you can see there are captains and crews, probably you're assuming are all from the various ships that are outside, that are all there just enjoying themselves and having a good time.
Do we have we have money, like we have gold, right? Or
yeah, you have a little bit left, but not a lot.
Okay.
All right, boys. It's time to win back harmonica
money.
money.
Do I have enough to give like everybody one gold piece? I'm like,
yeah,
let's make some money.
Yeah, so because
I've been explained a little bit about what a casino is.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's make some money.
Yeah, so you give every crew member one gold coin, and you get them all to go out and make money. And we'll follow up more on that later. So after you do that, the crew kind of disperses. After that happens, and you guys kind of watch the crew run away almost like a bunch of like kindergartners like about to just go to town at the park. From behind you, all of a sudden you hear a, "Well, shit." And you turn around and you see Blake standing with Kai. And if you remember, Blake was the captain of the ship that rolled by before, who gave you the compass that brought you to the stone, that brought you to the Ilari. And Kai was his older first mate, who was the jacked, bearded man with a giant claymore. And he says, and after he says, "Well, shit," and you guys turn and you see him, he looks at you, goes, "Ha, you guys actually survived the island. Did you figure it out?"
Wait, what? What? Figure what out?
The stupid puzzle in there. We were in there for like hours and we just gave up and left.
This is not bad.
Wait, listen, I think you still owe me your hat. I think we had a deal for me to get your hat because I really like it.
If I distinctly recall, you're not touching this hat.
I start taking my hat off and I'm gonna like swap, and I'm like,
and as you do that and you start reaching, you see Kai like smack your hand down.
Oh. Okay, well, whatever. And I put it back on.
Take 1d20.
I am dead.
And he's just like, "Wow, yeah, we were down there for like hours, and a couple of my guys got blown up by some stupid glowing balls, and it just wasn't worth it at that point after losing them, so we just bailed. And we came across you guys, so I thought you guys could take a crack at it. Did you figure it out?"
I'm sorry, just 1 second. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're
Remember
talking
the
about.
island where we got the stone because he hand.
It's been a little bit, but like, what was the puzzle? I'm sorry.
I forget the puzzle.
Okay.
No, I actually forget the puzzle.
Okay, so to fill you in from DM side of things. Actually, you know what? No, Mango appears to remember. So I'm going to let Mango explain to J-Rock and Cal the puzzle.
Yeah,
Is
we've
this
been through a few puzzles, man. I don't know what to
Yeah.
tell
Yeah,
you.
so, yeah.
Wait, is
This one's got me.
Is this actually like gonna go in the episode or?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, not necessarily all of that, but yeah, J-Rock has no idea what's going on. So,
I can't really remember.
Mango, do you remember?
Okay, I pull him aside real quick, and I'm like, okay, listen. Okay, so remember there was a steel box and a wall, and then
Oh,
we had to
yeah.
go to the other place,
Okay,
and there was a
yeah.
book, and there were symbols on the walls, and then we had to
Yeah.
line them up, and we had to match the colors and stuff. And if
Yeah.
we didn't, it would explode, but we got it right first try because we're geniuses. And then we
Yeah.
went through a mirror, and everything shattered, and then I stuck my hand in something, it got burned real bad. And then we went to some magic land, and then we ended up here after
Okay.
everything else.
So wait. Should we tell him we completed it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're here.
I think for a moment.
Are you guys done having a sidebar?
Okay, you know what?
Right.
Shut up, Blake.
We were still.
That was rude.
We were still trying to discuss. Yeah, a few of my men got blown up too. Pretty crazy.
He's rolling against it.
Well, I think you're full of it.
Yeah, no, I beat it.
Yeah.
But I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out he has a magic hand. It's wild.
Check it out. And I raise it up, and it's just my hand.
That's really exciting. So, like, you did it?
I guess so. I don't know.
What was inside?
Actually, nothing.
Not
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, it just hurt Mango.
Yeah, it hurt my hand.
Huh.
And then the
What?
island actually imploded.
Yeah.
The island imploded?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we seem to have a knack for destroying islands. So that's what happened there. Yeah.
Damn.
Anyways, we almost died.
I've done a lot of things, but I can definitely say I don't think I've ever destroyed an island.
Dude, let me
Well
tell you, it's
done.
been a
Hang
while.
around.
That's
It's
great.
bound to happen.
Here, let me buy you guys around.
Oh,
and
please.
he throws his arms over J-Rock and Mango, and then kind of like motions to Cal and starts heading towards the bar and to grab you guys some drinks.
Don't take a breath. You're tall. You know?
He's only got 2 arms.
Yeah, I'm also 8
He's
feet
more like
tall.
patting me on the head.
Yeah.
Not short.
So, all right. So, like, level with me, because I met you guys, like, very briefly, but I really liked you guys. So, like, who are you?
Well, Mango Breeze! And I extend my hand in my classic opening.
All right. And then he just grabs your hand and shakes it.
And I'm like, not ringing any bells? No? We're not-
No, I definitely recall you, but it was a very brief encounter. I mean, I just like to have good fun every now and then, and I'm pretty good with faces.
Okay, you may have heard of us now. We're a little bit popular. It's Captain Mango and the Rockmonica crew, obviously. Basically sailing the seas, saving the world. You know.
You might know me from my harmonica performances and or mixtapes.
Actually, truth be told, I have heard about that.
Yeah?
There's been word from the Navy about how there was this ship that broadcasted a harmonica solo before disappearing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was me. It was pretty good, right?
That's awesome. I've been trying
Yeah.
to get my name out there like that for years. That's
Hey,
Telling
listen,
you,
kid, it takes
you hang around. And
You gotta have talent to make it in this business, you know?
that's great. And you see Kai's just kind of like standing there, like pretty like stone faced, just kind of like holding a pint of beer and just like sipping away at it. But Blake seems to be loving it and just eating it up. This hanging out with you guys. So, where are you headed? Like, what are you doing?
Well, right now we're heading to Giant's Mountain. You might have heard of it. It's pretty big.
it's literally called Massive Mountain. I don't know.
Giants Mountain.
Giants
Mountain.
Mountain, that's the one.
Okay, great. What are you doing?
Saving the world. You know.
Wow, I can definitely say I've never done that. Okay, well,
I mean, by extension, maybe.
I guess we all do our part. It's just some people's parts are more important than others.
Yeah.
alrighty, well, here's to saving the world, I guess, and just kind of holds up a drink.
I hold up my juice and and I guess we clink or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
So what's with the juice?
And I just down it. I'm like, actually, whoa, poker? Let me check that out.
To each their own anyway. Yeah, let's go play a couple rounds. And
Okay.
he comes with you to go play poker. So you guys are hanging out with Blake and Kai.
Cool.
And you guys go around. You play some roulette. You play some poker. You play a couple different games. I want all of you to roll a d20, no bonuses.
Ooh, I'll take that.
3.
18.
10.
3.
So what? Sorry?
10.
3.
18.
So as you guys kind of go around and play the various games, Cal just starts cleaning house. Like Cal busts out a cigar. He's sitting at these tables with his sunglasses on, and he's just cleaning house. And he's actually like making a good amount of gold. Mango, you and J Rock, and even Blake aren't doing so hot at the various games. But Cal, cleaning house, doing
Can
well.
I?
Do you know why?
Can I try to cheat at blackjack? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you know why Cal's so good, though?
Why?
Since he was raised on the sea, he was always raised around these games, and he's just so good at bluffing and, like, just, he's a genius when it
Knows
comes
when
to
to hold them.
gambling.
Knows when to fold them. Knows when to walk
Knows-
away.
Doesn't hold World Poker
Can
Tournament.
I try to? Can I try to cheat at one?
Sure. What one do you want to try and cheat at?
I'm trying to cheat at like, I guess poker because I can kind of like slip a card.
You know some cards.
So you're gonna yeah.
That would be like
roll-
a sleight of hand type. Of
Yeah,
deal.
make a sleight of hand check.
What are you cheating at?
Poker.
Okay.
That's a 13.
Okay. So in the game that you're trying to cheat, none of the other players seem to notice, and the dealer doesn't notice, but Blake notices, and he kind of just leans over to you and he goes like, "What are you doing? Are you actually trying to cheat at a pirate's casino?"
Bro, I'm trying to make my money back here. I can only afford so much.
Look, I respect the balls you have to do that, but man, if the wrong people see this, like, that's gonna be bad here.
Okay.
Yeah. So you slip it in. You manage to win the one hand, but do you want to keep cheating?
I wait a few hands, play it clean, lose a little bit, whatever, and then I try to do like all in type of deal. I go all in. I have that old harmonica, like the
Yeah.
one that was my replacement. I throw that in,
Mm-hmm.
and I go for like one big hand. I just try to fudge it.
Okay. So you're just gonna try and outbluff everybody.
Yeah. Well, okay. How do you want to do this? I'm just going to cheat, basically. This is one I'm just going all in. I'm going to cheat this one.
Okay. So like, cheat how though? This is what I'm saying.
Just slip a new card in because no one noticed but him, right?
Okay.
It's been a few hands, and now I want to try it again.
So the other guys you're playing the game with, most of them fold, except Blake doesn't fold. The reason Blake doesn't fold is because he actually saw you cheat again.
Well, I didn't roll yet.
You did.
Saw you the first time.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I only
I'm
rolled
keeping.
the first time.
I'm keeping the perception check, but it was a really good roll. So
I have a very good sleight of hand.
Oh, it's better than it could have been.
Okay, it's a 17.
yeah, he saw it.
Fuck! I mean, crap.
So
Dang it.
he saw what you slipped in, and he doesn't say anything, but he calls you and goes all in. And so you reveal your cards. And one sec. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
You know what is it?
Yeah. So you guys flip up your cards, and you slipped in an extra card and brought out a full house. So real good.
Okay.
Blake pauses and looks at it and goes, "Oh shit! I didn't see that." Oh well. Flips his cards over and it's a royal flush.
Oh, come on. I'm like, okay.
Well, I guess that's too bad, huh? Tell you what. You can keep it. You can keep all of it. Trust me, I don't need it. I really don't need it. This is really nothing to me. And he gets up and he goes, okay, well, so here's the deal. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun. But I'll tell you this. Do it again, and I'm going to kick you out. Okay. I own this place.
Okay. See, just playing around.
And
you keep it.
Yeah,
just joking.
You weren't just playing around. So, you know what? I like you. I like you guys. So, you know what? Just play your games. If any of my guys catch you again, you're going to be out here lickety-split.
Okay. Sorry, man. It didn't work out at all how I wanted it to. I have +9 and I failed everyone. How does this happen?
Yeah, very unlucky.
This is awful.
The gambling gods are not on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Mango, who's done very poorly, is like, but he's made like 2 coins or something. Mm-hmm. He runs up to Blake. He's like, Blake, check it out! And he's like, check it out! I'm like going for high fives with all his crew.
That's awesome.
And
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
I assume Cal at this point is like restraining Mango. He's like, okay, don't, yeah. Okay.
Actually, Cal's just chilling over at a poker table. He's got like 2 girls on his side, and the guy who like I just finished beating, I just put my cigar out on his arm, and I'm like, yeah, that's right. And I've just got like a pile of money in front of me. And I'm like, yes.
Jeez. Yeah, because you won big.
I did.
Mango, who's like loving this place, he wants to get in on everyone's like deals or whatever, but he takes a second and he's like, oh, I want to know what's going on in like every game. So I cast Detect Thoughts. But I found out I can do a little bit more creative stuff with this. Apparently I can also use this spell to detect the presence of thinking creatures you can't see. So when I cast the spell or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. So basically, like, I just kind of hear all, like, the very surface-level thoughts in the room, I guess. Mm-hmm. But, like, 2 feet of rock or 2, like, feet of metal or something, like, blocks it. But it can, like, kind of hear around me, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm just, like, reading the thoughts in the room and, like, hearing all the cards. They're thinking, like, oh, man, I've got a good hand. And, like, I don't know. You can do whatever you want with that.
You start reading the thoughts of the room. And you're just kind of, like, looking around and scanning the room. And you're looking around, and yeah, through amongst different pirates, you hear some of them just being like, "I totally got oh shit!" Like you know, like you hear everything. You hear people who are like freaking out because they're losing a bunch of money. You're having people who are stoked because they're winning, and people who think they're winning and getting screwed over and losing. And you're hearing everything going around the room. But then, kind of going around the room, you hear a different thought. You hear this thought. And you hear it thinking like, I can't believe those guys. Whatever. I'm just glad they got the rock and not me.
And then like I hear that my ears pick up and I'm like, whoa, what? And I like turn my head like a radio dial. Like I turn my hand on my head like a radio dial trying to tune in on that one thought.
Yeah. So make a perception check.
That's like 20 something.
Yeah, so as you kind of hear the tail end of that thought and you're kind of focusing in, you look over and you see Blake walking into a side room, and as he's stepping into the side room, you hear, and like you look at him, you hear like some of those thoughts again that are very similar to that. And you just hear like a final thought of just like, I'm done with all that. And then you see the door close, and then you can't hear any more thoughts.
And Megan's like, oh, what do I do with this? I guess, I don't know. I feel like Mango feels like Blake and him are friends. Mm-hmm. So he's like, maybe I'll go talk to him real quick. So I go like knock on the door and see if I can get in there. And obviously no more thoughts. Like I turned that off.
As you knock on the door, Kai walks over and just looks at you and goes, do you need something?
Yeah, I want to ask Blake something about, the compass and the island. I just want to get his feedback.
Look, I think Blake is stepping out for just a couple minutes. And as he starts saying that, the door opens and Blake's standing there. He's like, no, it's fine. Come in. And you come into kind of like what looks like a personal room / kind of like office. So, like something that's like, if you wanted to stay here, you could, but kind of looks like it's for
Mhm.
business. And welcomes you inside.
Okay, so I guess I sit down or whatever.
What can I do for Mango?
Hey, I kind of wanted to ask you about this. I didn't know when to bring it up, but I have this rock, and I pull it out of my
Mhm.
like coat, and I'm like, this was what was actually on the island. Like, did you
Wow.
want us? Did you know about this? Did you?
No, I mean it was just a puzzle. I lost a couple guys to it and didn't want anything else to do with it.
Okay, between you and me, I'm a little magical. I want to be completely honest with you. I accidentally heard your thoughts. I wasn't cheating or anything. I was just in the room, and I accidentally heard your thoughts, thinking about some rock stuff like this one, maybe. My bad. I turned it off. Trust me. I didn't want to invade privacy.
You see Blake kind of just like sit there for a minute, and you see Kai lock the door behind him. But he's standing on the other side of the door inside the room with you, and he locks the door. And you see Blake kind of sitting there. And you see him, just kind of let out a deep sigh. And
So I'm like, so maybe do you know something about this?
you're not supposed to be messing around with people's thoughts, Mango.
Yeah, I know. They didn't teach me that in school.
You didn't stay long enough.
Yeah.
Damn it. Why is it like this? Look, I want nothing to do with that rock, okay?
Okay.
I want nothing to do with it. I just...
It's kind of my problem, so yeah, that's fine.
Frankly, I just want it gone. I don't want anything to do with it. Just have your time here and go.
Okay.
That's all.
Well, I feel like we're close. Maybe that's just me, but I'd like to. Can I I don't know, persuade him or?
Yeah, you can try and make a persuasion check, but try and persuade him.
So, listen, I'm kind of in over my head with the saving the world stuff. That wasn't a joke. It's kind of tied to this rock. If you have any extra information about it, that could really help me out. Do I roll?
Yep.
Actually, not bad. 18.
Yeah, you see him kind of just slump back in his chair for a minute. And sits there, and you see Kai kind of look over, and he's like, Blake, we don't have to do it. We don't have to. And Blake, he's just he just looks so disheartened, he just is not not having this at all. Look, we're not from your time.
What?
Look, you've talked to them, right?
You mean the Alari?
You've talked to Gwen, you've talked to Jillian, you've talked to George. You've talked to them, right?
Yeah.
Look, in a previous cycle, I was like you. I was pulled into it. Kai was pulled into it. Another small group of us were pulled into it by those damn things to try and save our world. And we failed. We lost. Before it all ended, my friend put Kai and I in a hypersleep and protected us from the end. When we finally broke out of that, we woke up in your time, and we just lost hope. We gave up. We failed, and we didn't want any part of it anymore. But no matter where we go, it's we always get pulled back to it. We were running for the longest time, building this casino, building our lives, just trying to get away until I came across that damn ruin and was getting drawn back into it again. And I needed to give it to someone else. I needed fate to go bother someone else. I wanted nothing to do with it anymore. And that's when we bumped into you guys. And I saw some similarities in us and you and thought, I just need someone else. And so I picked you guys to go. And you figured it out. And here we are again. It's like fate is just being this fickle little bitch who just won't let me go. But I refuse. I'm not doing it. I won't have any part of it. I'm not doing it.
So you knew what kind of burden you were laying on us with this? You knew what you were doing to us? What you were doing to me and my crew?
I didn't
You
know
knew what kind of fate you were forcing us into?
I didn't know what was going to happen. All I knew is I wanted out. I didn't know if you were going to figure it out. But you did. Seems like fate hates you too.
Mango looks down for a bit, and like inside Mango's head, he's thinking like back to like the conversation with Jerry, all the thoughts he felt, like how maybe he can't do this, like he's in over his head, and he's starting to feel even more like, hey, if Blake couldn't do it, maybe I can't, right? But then he thinks about Jerry, and then he thought about what Jerry said to him in the encouragement he gave him, and Mango, for the first time, he finally mans up a bit, grows up from age 7 to like 8. Big jump.
It's conveniently his birthday today.
Only 11 more and then he can drink. But yeah, he thinks back to that conversation, the encouragement, and hearing like how he failed and the despair. Now he doesn't want anything to do with it. He's like, listen, Blake, you don't have to worry about this anymore. You guys failed, so you passed it on to us. And let me tell you something. I look him in the eyes. I'm like, Mango never fails a quest. And I promise you, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to save this world, no matter what. And I stand up. I start leaving the room. You don't have to do anything. I'll take it from here. And I just walk out of the room.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Like now, like with the guys?
Now, I leave the room, and I'm like, J-Rock, Cal, Jerry, round everybody up. We're leaving.
Okay. So you kind of round up the crew and go to begin to leave. But as you guys start leaving the building, you see Blake come out of the room actually and go, Mango!
Okay, I'll give the money back.
Come back. Grab the guys.
All right.
Okay, can we just put
Is that
like
me?
all my
I
money
feel
on
really-
the ship? There's like 4 boxes.
Yeah, so you give the gold to the crew and they bring it back and you guys all come back to the room. And he's there again and he just is there again and he just says, Mango, I don't know why, but I believe you. And I can't do it, but I can help you. So come with me. And he takes you into a back room to a vault door, opens up with a combination, opens it up, and inside you see a trove of items.
Guys,
And-
what is he talking about? I have no idea.
Mango can give you the
I know,
details.
I'm kidding.
Mango can give you the details later.
Listen, I was super badass for like 3 seconds.
Look,
Nice, man.
each of you can grab anything from in here. You can each grab an item, anything that'll help you guys do it. Where did you say you were going next?
We're going to Giants Mountain.
Okay,
I think
here.
it's northwest of here.
You go through and pick something. I'll be back. And so he leaves, but Kai's still hanging out. So this is where actually we previously had a conversation with the guys where we had a list of items that they were able to go in and select one for. And so now we're going to go through and see which item each of them selected. We're going to talk about it briefly and go from there. So, all right, guys, what did you pick?
So, I'm just looking around, and I honestly do feel kind of bad. Like, if you don't know, like my background or like my alignment is chaotic good. So like I cause a lot of stuff, but like I do feel really bad about it. Like I feel genuinely bad that he caught me and it was his hotel and I didn't know and everything. So I'm kind of moping around a little bit and like I don't see too much that like really interests me. And I see an urn, or rather I guess like a jar more. And I kind of look. I'm like, why is there just a random jar in here? And like I go to kind of like look at it, and I'm picking it up and handling it.
So Kai walks over and grabs it for a second, and he's like, "Oh, this damn thing. That's the jar of infinite tentacles."
Does that mean what I think it is? Like,
Yeah, it's pretty on the nose.
nice. So I take that. Nothing else really interests me too much. I had my eye on some like boots and stuff, but I was like, nah.
All right. So tell us about the item. What does the item do?
So, the jar of infinite tentacles. This jar looks more like a ceramic urn. Okay, so it's kind of more right with the urn part. It's a purple jar with wavy green lines decorating the outside. When first opened, 4 tentacles attached to the to some like unseen beast inside. They just try to essentially absorb the first thing it sees. Yeah, so I take that.
And I believe it's a strength save from the creature that has been grabbed by the tentacles.
It doesn't say, but I think that makes the most sense.
That's what it is. Okay, that's fun. What do you guys pick?
So Calcazar, after having a lot go to his head with all of his winnings, he's been looking around and he sees something nice and shiny. And it grabs his attention, just infinitely locked his gaze. And this thing is the Narcissus brooch. It's a small gemstone that looks like an eye in the center. Upon closer inspection, the gemstone looks like hundreds, possibly thousands of eyes trapped in the gemstone. So its powers: draw attention. Its max range is 60 feet, and it's got 3 charges per day. The wearer can look at a single individual, person or creature and whisper, "Look at me." The target's attention will immediately be drawn towards the wearer. Another thing it has is draw everyone's attention. It's also a 60-foot radius, and it has 1 charge per day. The wearer can whisper, "All eyes on me," and everyone in the area will have their attention drawn towards the wearer. This can be used defensively and offensively. So, yeah.
Nice. So yeah, it's basically a big aggro brooch where you can make everybody look at you and also give some bonuses to the rest of your team. Sweet. And last but not least, a mango. What you got?
Is Cal a narcissist since he since he chose it? Is that why you were drawn to it?
He's got just a lot of like heat. He's really big for his boots right now after all of his winning.
Okay.
He's like, "Ooh, look at me, shiny. I'm rich."
He's just such a high class minotaur now.
Just right now.
Okay. Mango. He's obviously bad with decisions and he likes shiny things and everything. So he's like, I don't know what to pick. Cal, spin me. And he closes his eyes. And he holds out his hand, and Cal spins him around. And then he just walks forward, and the first thing he touches is the necklace of spell return. And he's like, "Baling!" Once per day, the wielder can use a reaction to activate this item when hit by a ranged spell attack. When the spell connects, it is reflected back at the caster, and the original roll is used. So basically, it's a once per day spell protection thing. So say somebody casts lightning bolt at me, I could use this and send it right back.
It's like the mirror shield in Ocarina of Time. It just reflects the spell back. Sweet. Okay. So after you guys have finished picking your bling, Blake actually comes back into the room with some gear in hand. And he comes up and he's actually holding some climbing spikes and some rope and some other climbing gear. And so he comes up and says, "If you're going to the Giant's Mountain, you got a big climb ahead of you. I got some gear here. It's the best we got here. And it's sturdy. It should be able to get you to the top. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a tough climb. It's going to be a tough go. But maybe you can actually do it. Maybe you can. Here." And hands you the climbing gear. after that happens, he's just kind of there for a moment. Is there anything else I can help you guys with?
Well, if you have any info on this mountain, that'd be good, or like a fast way to get there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have a lot about the top. I can tell you about the outside. Tons and tons of pirates have tried to make it to the top. There's rumor of a lot of booty hanging out up there for a good old pirate. But the thing is, getting to the top is the hard part. It's a giant spiked cylindrical mountain that's gonna be a tough climb. It's not a hike. You're gonna be climbing for a lot.
Yeah, well, I got these, and I just like get my wings out. And I'm like,
And you know what? That'll help for a little while. But I can tell you that once you get farther up, the weather's not as nice.
yeah.
It's a big mountain. It's gonna get inclement, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to fly the whole way. But when that time comes, you got those spikes, so make sure you use them. That'll keep you there.
I appreciate it.
Okay. I do have one question. I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel right using this, but me and Mango, we got cursed. Long story short, everyone had scurvy. We got cursed. We killed an albatross, a black albatross. We killed one. We killed, I think, more than one actually. I'm gonna be completely frank with you. And we go to this island. So this guy wants to kill. He's really annoying, and I hate him. And he talked with his dagger. So we went up, and the Mango turned into a big bird. And,
I remember that.
and I have this dagger, and I killed this dude with it. And he was then he's basically Satan. It was crazy. So I have this dagger now, but I don't want to be cursed again. Can you deal? It looks cool though, and I want to use it. Can you look into it?
Actually, I think I got somebody. One sec.
Nice.
Blake walks back to the door and pokes his head out and goes, Marlene, come here. And then from outside, even though it's kind of farther away, you hear an audible, and Blake comes stepping back inside, followed behind by a female human wizard who steps in, who you've determined its name is Marlene. It's just like, what do you want?
Hi, Marlene. I have a dagger from a cursed albatross thing.
Let me see it.
I killed it, and a demon thing came out.
Let me see it.
Okay.
And she kind of just grabs it, like how you were kind of saying, you're like, I don't want to be cursed, and you were kind of skittish of it. She just walks over and grabs it by the handle, and it's just like looking at it, and it's just like, yeah, that's no big deal.
Yeah, I'm good.
Blake, I was off tonight, right? And he's like, I know. Look, I'll owe you one for this one.
She's I stop him. I'm like, wait, I got this, and I hand her all of my winnings with the harmonica that I signed, like the replacement one that I was using for like a day. I sign it.
Okay.
And I give it to her.
And she looks at that in that big old bag of gold, and she just goes, yeah, okay. And she leaves.
That's me clearing my conscience.
on her way out, she's like, this may take some time. So just hang out, I guess. Yeah, okay, bye. Okay. And then she just leaves.
Okay.
And then Blake turns to you, Cal, and it's just like, is there anything else I can help you with?
You got any weapons?
I'm assuming you're looking for the battle axe variety.
Please.
I don't. Actually, this store is it's actually debts we collect from a lot of the gamblers who come through here, and so it's not necessarily like a specific store, but like we have a smith around. Actually, might be able to do something to it.
Okay. Can you send me in his direction?
Here, give the axe to Kai. He'll get the axe to him, and we'll see what our smith can do.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so those things are going to take some time. So you know what? Look, it's the least I can do. Go back out, grab some more drinks, do whatever you need to, play some more games. It's on the house. Just go. Look, I don't have the courage to do it anymore, but I can at least do this. Just, you guys have a lot of shit ahead of you, so enjoy this while you can.
Hey everyone, it's Adam again, just taking another quick break. Same thing as always. We have a brand new Z-Target website up. It's finally kind of done for now. I'm happy with it. We've kind of found the right provider and everything. So you can go and check it out, ztarget.ca. That will have everything. If you're interested in supporting us in any way, all the links and stuff are on there. You can check out our other shows, all that. The only thing I ask is if you can help support the show by telling your friends and leaving a rating on iTunes or Google. That would be very much appreciated. But that is literally all I wanted to shill, so please enjoy the rest of the episode.
And he sends you guys back out into the casino to just kind of hang out while you wait for your gear and stuff. Do you guys want to do anything while you're there?
So what is there? There's just the brothel and...
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could.
I'm not, no.
I think Mango accidentally wanders into the brothel.
Okay. I go to the bar. I leave.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you go to the bar and you're hanging out there. Mango's going to accidentally wander into the brothel and be scarred for the rest of his life. I come running out. Cal, where are you headed to?
So I'm just wondering, do I keep my roll that I had earlier with my success, or do I have to roll again?
What roll?
Remember when we rolled when we came in for like all of our games?
Yeah, so you're going back for some more rounds, so you'd have to roll again if you want to dive back in.
Yeah, Cal's going to quit while he's ahead because I am not confident enough in my rolls.
So where are you going then?
I'll just chill at the bar.
Okay, so you guys are both chilling at the bar. After you guys like don't come out for a while, Jerry and a couple of the crew come back and they're like, "Captain, is everything okay?"
Oh yeah, I probably should have told you guys it's cool to come back in here. Yeah, we're just getting some new gear. We'll be heading off soon.
Lenny kind of pokes his head around the corner. Is like, "Hello, sir. Can I assist?"
I show from the other side. I'm kind of drunk. I'm like, Lenny! Get over here!
There's a 98.5% chance that Jirok is currently inebriated.
You might want to bump that up to 100.
There's a 100% chance you're the man!
So as you do that, actually, and you're kind of like leaning over, sloppily drunk and yelling, you actually lean right into another guy at the bar. And you knock over his drink and you spill it on him. And he stands up disgruntled and upset. And it's just like, "Oh my goodness, what are you doing?"
Okay. Is my bad?
This sloppy drunk over here. And you see a
Okay.
couple other crew members that look similar to this guy all stand up.
I stand up, and I'm right behind him.
Look, you think you're so good, big boy?
Okay, guys, this is usually the other way around, but I think I know a way I can solve all of this. And I pull out the harmonica. Never mind.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll? This is very important. This is very important for how this unfolds next.
That's a 9 total. Wait, no. A 7 total.
Okay, yeah. So you're like, "Guys, I can solve this," and you start drunkenly playing your harmonica, and it's not good. And so this guy's just like, "What the no?" And he smacks the harmonica out of your hand.
I immediately sober up and pull out like 2 daggers. I'm like, "What did you just do?"
May.
And he's like, I got nothing. And he just whips a fist and tries to punch you.
Oh, great.
And let's get ready for a bar brawl.
I'm in on this.
So Yeah, Cal and J-Rock roll initiative. Mango, you're just hanging, so I mean, you don't have to join if you don't want to. But you see a couple of the crew who came over to the door to make sure everything was okay. They start booking it into the room, and because they see Cal and J-Rock getting in a bar fight, and they're like, "Oh, here we go!" And then so they like run in afterwards and go in to start fighting.
Mango looks at his spell slots and he realizes he doesn't have enough charm persons to get through this one, so he's just like, "I'm gonna go outside."
I was like,
Wanders back into the brothel.
I got chances.
You two roll initiative.
I got 14.
And what'd you roll, Cal?
16.
Quick question. How does the harmonica look?
Oh, fine. He was drunk. He just kind of like smacked it and just like tink, tink. You're fighting 4 members of the other crew, but you. Oh, sorry, and they're and the first mate of that crew. That's who's you bumped into. Okay, so when a couple of the guards at the front door see this bar fight break out, they're not fazed by the bar fight, but they do notice you whip out your daggers. And immediately both guards at the front door start to draw their swords and go, "No blades!
He touched my harmonica!
No blades!"
I pick it up. Look at it! It's sick!
After that happens, the first mate is going to make another swing at you.
Okay.
Because you're just standing there not paying attention.
I guess I'm still kind of drunk.
He totally whiffs. And totally misses. But next it's going to go to Cal.
Friggin' screw this first mate. One Punch Man knockout time. 19.
Yeah, you hit.
That's without anything.
Yeah, you hit.
What do you want me to roll for this?
I believe unarmed is only 1d4. 1d4 plus strength.
Can I do like 2 swings at him because I got 2 hands?
Nope.
But
You get 1 punch. Unless you want to action surge, then you can punch twice.
So that's a 3.
Plus strength.
Oh, that's a 7.
Yeah, so you knock him.
Oh.
No, you hit him and he totally like stumbles forward. And it's just like, oh son of a bitch. And just kind of like stumbles over. Okay. And then next it's going to go to J-Rock.
Okay. While that guy's stumbling, I'm not kidding here. I go for a Stone Cold Stunner.
So you're putting your daggers away?
Yeah.
Okay, so while he's like stumbled over, you're gonna run over, and I can't remember how a Stone Cold Stunner does. Can you just
basically? Okay, it's a neck breaker. So if anyone knows wrestling, it's essentially just a neck breaker. So if you know an RKO, it's essentially the same thing, just a kind of a different style. So basically, you kick them in the stomach, they go down, and then you basically grab their head on your shoulder and drop down, and it does maximum damage because it's a stunner.
Yeah, okay. So because you're going up to try and like grab his head, I'm actually going to make you make a grapple check.
That's not a thing in here.
No, it is. So like what you do is you roll it translates to a touch attack. But he has an opposing roll. So you're going to go up and try and grab his head. You're not going up trying to punch him. You're going to go up and try and grab his head, and he's basically going to try and stop you.
Oh, that's not going to work. Okay.
So, no, you're already doing it. So roll to try and grab his head.
Okay. Is it?
Just with D20.
I just said D. Okay.
Plus, I think you get plus proficiency because you're, of all your, like, improv combat stuff, right?
I guess. It doesn't say like explicitly, but
Well, what'd you roll?
a 15.
You got him.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you run over and you stone cold stunner this fool.
Yes!
And so I want you to go and roll a 1d6.
Oh.
D6.
He's stone cold stunnering this fool. You just punched him.
I got a 4.
A 4? Nice.
Do you add your strength or something?
Yeah. Am I adding strength or anything or no?
You know what? With the momentum, we'll say yes.
Okay.
So what's your strength? I don't think it's very high.
+2, so 6.
Oh, still pretty good actually.
Yeah. It's just my wisdom. I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, so you do that. You thump him real good, and he kind of like falls over on the ground. He's not out, but he's fallen prone. So next we got a couple of the crew members, and because luckily it's like a 4-on-4 fight, you see each of the crew members like just like pair up with like one of the other crew members there, and you just see some good old fashioned fisticuffs going on. Like the crew's just like they're grabbing and going, and from what you can tell in the fights, your crew's winning.
Nice.
So, like you can, it's safe to assume that these guys have all been in here like drinking and partying. Your crew's actually been like sobering up and waiting on the boat for a while. So they come in like rested, waiting on the boat and ready to go, and they're just like, let's go. And so they come in and they just start like the one guy, you see the one guy jerseying one of the crew members, and so you pull his shirt over, and while the shirt's pulled over his head, just starts like punching him in the gut and going at it. You see another guy like the other crew, the rival crew, so they're the Southpaws. You see the Southpaw crew member go for like a big haymaker swing. You see your crew member like dock it and just like punch him square in the nose, like knocking the guy back. You see another crew member grabbing a pint glass off the table and just smashing it into one of the Southpaws, and you see that guy stumble over as well. So your crew is definitely turning the tides on this fight.
While all this like crazy bar fight is happening, just like the camera cuts to outside with Mango. He's talking to one of the brothel girls. He's like, "What do you actually like do here?" Like, like I don't get what goes on. Like, and I guess he's just trying to figure out what brothels are, and he'll get scarred later. Back to bar.
Yeah. So back in the bar fight, it's let's see here. It's gonna go back to the first mate. So he's gonna take his move to stand back up. J-Rock, you're still beside him though, and so he sees you there, and he's actually because you're a little bit shorter, he's gonna try and kick you. He's gonna try and kick you in the face.
Okay.
What's your AC?
14.
Yeah. So he misses again. Completely whiffs and doesn't make it. But you see another one of the crew members come out of the woodwork, just like out of the crowd, and he comes over and he makes a swing at you as well.
Okay.
So he's going to make a swing, and he actually is going to hit, but he's only going to hit for. Oh, he actually hit for 4 damage. Gave you a nice little.
2.
A nice, yeah. Gave. Can you do that without a weapon?
What?
I think you need to do that with a weapon.
No.
Parry?
It's uncanny dodge.
Oh,
It's
right.
dodge.
Sorry. I thought it was. Sorry. Fighters have something called parry, where they can half damage too. Anyway, he comes out and hits you for 1d4. So now there's actually 5 Southpaws for you guys, but the one's still focusing on you. So it's actually J-Rock. It's your turn. So right beside you, you have the first mate and one of the other the new drunk crew member who's just run in and took a.
First mate
punch
was
you
the guy.
across the face.
The first mate was the guy I bumped into, or
Yeah, and that started the whole thing.
Okay. Okay, so he whiffs on a kick, right? Okay. I take his leg and I try to put him like I'm in full wrestling mode basically now.
So just so you know, he whiffed on the kick, then you got punched in the face.
Oh, true.
So
never
he's
mind.
standing there again, like he's like there again.
Okay. I chug a beer.
You just go over.
Can I chug a beer and smash the glass over his head?
So you're just gonna try and run by them.
I thought I was still beside the bar
Well,
because it all happened at the bar, right?
Well, you also ran over and Stone Cold stunnered him.
He was beside me.
Well, he got punched and stumbled away from Cal.
Ah, shit.
So you're not beside the bar.
I'll run up to the bar and take it.
Okay, so
I literally don't care.
As you try and run over, the first mate's going to take another swing
Okay.
at you. But he totally whiffs again.
I'm not
Him being drunk
not
is
too concerned about it.
it's not working in his favor. Yeah. So you go up. There's a beer that was left on the bar.
This is what I do. I chug the beer and I just whip it at him.
And you
like
just
I
whip
whip
the glass
at him.
Okay, make a ranged attack. That's an improvised weapon,
Oh,
by the
nice.
way. So you get your bonuses now. So what did you roll?
After bonuses, 12.
12? Yeah, that's still going to hit him, luckily, because if that didn't, that would have been real fun. But yeah, so I believe that's a 1d6.
Ooh.
That's a 6, baby.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. So, you smash that like right into the side of the first mate's head, and you see it knocks him back over, and he's got a little bit of like glass on the side of his face now, and he's like totally dazed, like on the ground. And you see the other crew member get hit, and he's just like, whoa! And he starts to charge back towards you for another swing as well. So he's gonna make one more. Totally misses. These guys are having a bad day now. Okay, so back to the crew.
Yeah, we skipped over Cal.
I'm sorry, Cal. I totally did
I think
skip
you're
you.
supposed to go over him before me.
He was supposed to go before you. So, Cal, go.
Okay.
J-Rock's just like, really going. So he he cut in front of you and won again.
He had the, let's say, like, bonus from his Stone Cold or stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I was full of rage.
Yeah.
I couldn't be contained.
He was raging.
So I'm gonna actually use my brooch, and I'm
Okay.
gonna go all eyes on me.
Okay. So who are you trying to apply that effect
All eyes
to?
on me, like
Like-
all the people in the fight.
Everyone.
Like your crew and theirs. This is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm gonna aggro the other crew. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I need you to identify that.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna get them, and then I'm gonna action.
Do you want
search.
this to also to apply to everyone in the building? So there's a
I
good.
want everyone in the building to look at me, but like I just want those 4 to actually like go for me.
So they're all looking at you.
Yeah.
Like that's so all it does is make them look at you, and it just gives them disadvantages to certain other things. But everyone in the building except your crew, and I'm assuming J-Rock, are all staring at you now.
It's time to dance.
And I'm gonna headbutt the nearest guy to me.
Yeah, so that would be the crew member that actually
random brothel girl.
just swung at J-Rock. It's the bartender. You just turn around, you're just like, yeah, so that crew member who just took another whiff at J-Rock by the bar, who's standing right there, you say, everyone look at me. Everyone turns to look, and he turns to look standing beside you, and it's just like, oh! And then roll to see if you get him. Yes.
That's a high
So
number.
yeah, everyone turns to look at you. He turns and looks up because he's like beside you, and you look down and you just headbutt him right in the face. Roll damage. I want you to roll 1d6 again. Plus strength.
7.
Yeah, so that crew member, you headbutt him, and he just drops.
Does
He's
it
knocked.
leave-
He's knocked out. Like you completely just like boom, and he just stunned, knocked out. He's down on the ground.
I just need to know: does it leave like a divot in his head?
No.
A permanent dead.
I'm
break
also
his
gonna
skull,
action
like-
surge.
Okay. No, you did action surge. You
right,
did the action to get everyone to look at you, and then you did the headbutt.
But at least everybody got to see that. They're like, oh.
Yes. So
They can't not look at it.
Like, wow, he's so cool.
yeah. So actually, because you did the all eyes on me, and the rest of the Southpaw crew were all staring at you, that gave your crew the advantage, and basically gave all of them pretty much a sneak attack. Because they all basically got blindsided by hits. So those 4 guys that were all there all got like punched across the face, punched in the gut. The one guy on the side had actually grabbed a bar stool and just smashed it over him. And like your crew's just going to town. Like you have a passionate crew. And they're just really going at it. And so you can see the Southpaws are really starting to lose. And then as this happens, you hear the door open across the room where you see Blake walk out, and he's just like, "Hey, J-Rock, we finished your." Oh my god! And he just completely stops, and he just bursts into laughter.
I could have used the daggers, okay? And I didn't. And I didn't.
He just bursts out laughing and just stops. And as that kind of happens, like your crew stops fighting, everybody kind of stops fighting. The brooch kind of wears off, and everybody starts looking back at Blake, and Blake's just laughing because he just like can't believe like, wow, after all that, they all got in a bar fight, and he's just like. Marlene finished. Come back for a minute, guys.
Nice.
And everybody starts cleaning themselves up. And then Blake, before he walks back in the room, turns around and he's just like, hey, everybody be civil. All right, great. And then walks back inside the room, and you look back and you see like your crew and like some of the Southpaw crew, like your crew's kind of like picking them up, and like everyone's being civil here and cleaning themselves up, and you guys go back into the room. So back in the room, yeah, Marlene has the dagger there for you, and the dagger she explains that the dagger's curse has been removed from it, so you can actually use it now without risk of that. So it is still referred to, though, as the cursed dagger.
Okay.
Even though it's been removed from,
Cool.
but that's what it was from. It's 1d4 plus 1d10 fire damage. and also has Bane Demon. So demons are drawn to attack the wielder of this dagger first. So if you guys ever get in another fight with any more demons, they're going to be gunning it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be going for you. There. Cal, the smith, has actually finished up doing some stuff with your axe, and he managed to sturdy it and refine it, and so your axe is now a +1. Adds to it as well. And so you guys get presented back with this gear, and that all gets explained to you. And then Blake pipes back up, and he's like, guys, I put on an act for most people, but I can honestly say for the first time in a long time, I'm actually feeling kind of hopeful.
You saw the Stone Cold Stunner, didn't you?
I wish I did, but I really hope you can do it.
Mango walks into the room because he was outside for all of this, and he's like, "Guys, we need to go."
Do you know what they do here?
Guys, I really feel like we need to leave sooner than later.
Mango, is everything okay?
And he's like, clearly, like, his face is red, and it's like it's like wide eyed. He's like,
Blake kind of peers behind you through the doorway, and he sees that the brothel girl come in from the outside where you were talking to her before, and she comes in kind of like laughing, and he kind of is just like, oh. All right, well, best of luck, guys. I'm sure Lady Fate's gonna make our paths cross again.
"Oh, lady!"
All right,
You guys are sick.
all right. Good luck. And he offers his hand to you, Mango.
Okay, well, yeah, like all of our crew goes outside, and I think they're boarding.
He offered his hand
Well,
to you.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
We're outside, and like the crew's getting bored, and he offers his hand out there. I'll say, and like I'm the last one to board or whatever. And I like shake his hand, and I'm like, "You can bet on us. Don't worry." And I leave the 2 gold coins I won from gambling. It's like I palm them in my handshake. And I say, "You can bet on us," like a witty pun, Get it? Casino, gambling, my lucky coins, the 2 I won.
So Blake looks down and looks at the 2 coins in his hand, and you just see him kind of like smile and shake his head like, oh, who are these guys? Like he can't believe like the situation he's in with everyone.
And then I run to Cal to tell him I told a pun. I did it. But
okay.
As we're like just leaving the dock, I like use thaumaturgy as we're a little far away. And I'm like, "Also, I'm gonna want that hat after I've saved the world. So I'm coming for it after."
Tell you what, if you figure it out, you can have it.
Hell yeah! Go And then, yeah.
Yeah. So after that, you sail away. While you were there, Blake and kind of during all the goodbyes and stuff, Blake had actually restocked you guys with just some more food and some gear and for missing arrows and things, and everything's good.
What about the monkeys? Did we ever clean those?
Can we make monkey coats for the mountain?
We'll deal with that next time.
Okay.
But as for now, we can talk about those details later. You guys continued to sail towards the giant mountain, and what happens is as you're sailing along, all of a sudden from a distance and like decently far away, you begin to see an island, a very tall mountain. And so you can already figure out, yeah, that's it. And as you guys start getting closer and closer, you start to realize actually how big this mountain is and how it's more cylindrical in shape than like, it's not like, when you think of a mountain, you think of like a big pyramid. It's almost like a giant pillar in a way. But the mountain is almost like the only thing they can refer to it as. And it's this giant kind of jagged cylindrical pillar that leads up into the sky to the point where like it gets lost in the clouds. You can't see the top. And you guys are just like, damn, that's tall.